So I've been describing her as sort of the perfect avatar for everything that the Democrats have become, because she doesn't seemingly really believe in any of her positions other than attaining power. She'll kind of say anything and then have the media run for her. But what do you think that says about I guess the Democrat base? Like, I don't think most of the base believes anything about her really, or believes that she has great positions. I just think they think she's not Trump.
Yeah. Well, this is actually, and even we were talking about my book at the outset, this is actually one of the core points that I make in my book, and why I was intent on publishing it ahead of the election. It's coming out next week, is that I don't really think we're up against an ideology here in Kamala Harris. And I think that that's a little different than, I think the classical critique that she's a Marxist or a socialist. I think in some ways that's giving her too much credit, actually. I don't think we're up against a particular candidate here. I think we're up against a machine. Mm-hmm. And the question is, how do we get in there and actually dismantle that machine rather than just playing whack-a-mole with one of the candidates at a time? I think there's a reason we didn't have that red wave in 2022 that we were supposedly promised to enjoy. And I think that the Republican Party, we've in some ways become addicted to complaining about the easy stuff, the radical Biden agenda, the radical Harris agenda, without actually offering, first of all, an alternative vision of our own. And second of all, waking up to the fact that it's not those individual candidates we're up against anyway. We're really up against that entire apparatus. It's like a perverse version of the San Antonio Spurs or something under Greg Popovich. Right? You just move around. It doesn't matter who's actually on the court. It's the same system or the machine. This is the hellish upside down version of that. But the reality is that's, I think, something we got to wake up to as a movement. And that is one of the things that I aim to do, certainly in the book. And part of the reason why I took the time to make sure we put this out before the election. We still have 50 or so days yet to wake up and get our act together. And I think the more likely we are to focus on our own vision and our own agenda, irrespective of the puppet on the other side, the more successful we're going to be. The more we actually obsess over the particularities of any one candidate we're up against, I think the more we're actually being led down a trap. And it's a trap that the other side has, I think, laid quite effectively.